The US auto industry is on a roll. 2014 was one of the strongest years on record for car sales in America. Falling fuel prices have reignited demand for profitable pickup trucks and sport utility vehicles. And car makers are taking the chance to celebrate their return to form 5 years after that near-death experience in the financial crisis by introducing a fleet of high-performance models.
This year's North American International Auto Show was meant to be all about bulk, gas guzzlers, fun, sportiness, even sexiness. But the muscle cars have been elbowed out of the way by a bolt from the blue. No, not a new saloon from electric car maker Tesla, but a $30,000 car from General Motors.
Introducing the Chevrolet Bolt EV concept.
It may only be a concept car, but GM and its CEO Mary Barra are hoping that the Chevrolet Bolt could jumpstart the market for electric vehicles. The car seeks to address one of the main concerns of would-be electric vehicle drivers, namely range anxiety, the fear of being stranded without power. The Bolt has a 200-mile battery range, which compares favourably with the popular Tesla Model S. But GM says its car will retail at less than half the price of a Tesla, presenting a potential challenge for the Californian company as it seeks to launch its own mass-market contender, the Model 3.
There's already the Leaf out there, and the Model 3, when it comes out as an electric, is still also going to compete against some of the plug-in hybrids. It's also going to compete against vehicles like the BMW i3. So there's a lot of competition out there, and for Tesla that means really sharpening their game because they haven't had a lot of competition in the Model S space so far.
There was no shortage of buzz around other electric cars in Detroit this year, evidence of the growing competition in the market, but also the fact that car makers are still sinking substantial R&D spending into a category that accounts for a tiny share of passenger car registrations. 0.4% of new vehicles sold in the US last year were pure electrics. But analysts say competition is just as hot, regardless of whether battery electrics is a niche market or not. The big car makers these days vie for consumers' attention across the whole spectrum of powertrains. The challenge for GM is to now bring the Bolt to market, as planned in 2017, at somewhere close to the promised $30,000. Doing so would prove it has found the magic formula of range and affordability. Even if it fails, however, what the Detroit launch has shown is car makers cannot afford to ignore zero-emission technology if they are ever going to meet the stringent European and US CO2 regulations.
General Motors needs this product to help them meet fuel efficiency and economy regulations coming up down the road. They also need it because we do expect down the road that electrification is not going away. It's going to continue. Ultimately, it'll be a larger part of the mix. I mean, 10, 20, 30 years down the road, it can be a larger part of the automotive mix. In order to be there then, they have to figure out how to do it now. In order to be there then affordably, and actually in order to be there then profitably, they need to do all of the work now.